All right, so I'm a little bit confused by something today. I want to know if you share the confusion that I have, or maybe you have some answers to this question. If you do, drop a comment in the comment section and let us know what you think. But you know, when prices go up, when we have increased pricing in stores for the everyday items that we purchase, they automatically tie that to shipping costs have increased. Truck drivers are costing more now. It's costing more to ship items from point A to point B, so they're going to pass those increasing costs on to the consumer, because of course there's no way that businesses, companies are going to eat those costs, so they're going to make you and I pay for those increases. But we know, especially us that are in the freight broker world, in the trucking world, we know that prices have not increased as it pertains to shipping in the year of 2022. You know that your profit margins have decreased sharply. Probably, if you're watching this video, most of us have seen sharp decreases in our profit margins, right? And if we take a look across the board, the spot rates have decreased about 30% in the last 12 months. So if that's the case, and it is, if we're seeing decreases in shipping cost, why haven't we seen some of those same decreases in the items that we're purchasing in stores? I certainly haven't. If you have, maybe you can let me know. But I'm seeing that the prices are the same, or they've gotten a little bit more expensive than they have been. So I'm just trying to figure out, if we're having decreases in shipping costs, why aren't they reflected in the cost of goods that are on the shelves? Because of course we're tying increased costs to shipping costs. So then if the shipping costs decrease, then shouldn't we see those same decreases in the items that we purchase every day? Now, I know some of you are going to say, stop the press, hold up, Brandon. Of course you're having prices increase. We're dealing with record inflation. Where have you been for the last 12 months? I get it. I understand that we're dealing with record inflation like we haven't seen in the last 40 years. But the data is all showing us now that inflation is receding. It's starting to come back down. It's at about 7% when it started out over 9%. So if we're seeing a 2.5% decrease in inflation, shouldn't we see some kind of reprieve on prices? Shouldn't we see some of these prices start to come down? Because just for software, for my business, I've seen some of the software that I use cost now $30 and $40 more than it did. And of course, they attribute that to inflation. So when inflation starts to come back down, do you think they're going to say, okay, Brandon, you were paying $300. We went to $340 because of inflation. If inflation gets back to 2%, 3%, do you think they're going to come back and say, okay, we're going to go back to the $300 you were paying? Probably not. Because what I've learned is that once prices go up, they don't usually come back down. At least not from what I've seen. When those prices go up, they either stay up or they go to a different level. Now, it wouldn't be so bad if wages increase right along with inflation. But we know that's just not how it works. Not for the everyday worker. They are not getting increased in wages due to inflation. If you go in and you take a look at somebody who works at a grocery store, do you think that they're going to get wage increases because inflation happens? No, of course not. As a matter of fact, they've probably been promised wage increases for a while. You're going to get a raise. But now they can't get that raise. And of course, they say that it's because of inflation. Now, I get it. Maybe I'm expecting too much. Expecting prices to go back down right away. Maybe that's just not how it works. Maybe inflation has to be down for a sustained period of time. Maybe trucking rates have to be down for a sustained period of time before these rates will start going back down. To me, 12 months of freight rates being down is a sustained period of time. But what's interesting to me is that inflation rates didn't have to go up and stay up for a sustained period of time. Shipping rates didn't have to go up and stay up for a sustained period of time. When they go up, prices go up. So I'm just expecting that prices will go down now, since we have the same reverse phenomenon, right? I'm thinking that prices should go back down. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below what your thoughts are. I certainly would appreciate that. So that's what I wanted to share with you real quick today. I hope this information has been helpful. If you want to learn more about the freight broker business, I'll leave a free link in the description. It's a 5-video series and it's titled How the Load Movement Process Works. Also, if you're interested in learning more about how we use load boards, how a load board actually works for a freight broker, I'll leave you a free video right here. And don't forget the free link in the description where you can get 50% off of your load board Pro through TRUCKSTOP. I'll leave that link in the description. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.